Professor Esther Akinlabi is a distinguished academic with an outstanding reputation in teaching, research, and administration. Her career as an academic has been an intersection of research, academic leadership, and the mechanical engineering field, and characterized by a steadfast commitment to research excellence, administration, and the advancement of diversity. With over 25 years' worth of experience in various positions in the higher education sector in South Africa, Nigeria, United Kingdom, and United States of America. She also handled the role of Deputy Faculty Pro Vice Chancellor while at Northumbria University and the Director of Pan-African University for Life and Earth Sciences Institute, which encapsulates a drive for knowledge exchange and fostering of cutting-edge engineering solutions. Leveraging on interpersonal skills, she has successfully directed teams towards impactful research outcomes, ensuring that academic endeavors resonate with global innovation trends. Her directorship at Pan-African University further underscored value of nurturing talent across diverse backgrounds, solidifying her reputation as an aspiring academic. She's presently a program director at Colorado State University, where she supports the head of department by providing support on annual teaching schedules and labs. She helps to solicit for projects and interface with local industry on senior design projects. Once again, it's our joy and great pleasure to invite Professor Esther Akinlabi, who is taking us on the role of mentorship in STEM education and research for global positioning. Can we welcome her with emojis? Let's show our excitement. Let's show our excitement. We are really excited to have you here. Over to you, Ma.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam CEO of Ruach.
No, Madam CEO.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. It's my pleasure. And thank you for putting that bio together. That was really like, wow, you didn't ask me for a bio and you were able to put all of that together. And that was just a summary of Esther. Thank you. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where some of you are connected from. I know some are in Nigeria, some are abroad. And for me, it's now 12 minutes past 9 a.m. in Alamusa. So it's my pleasure to be with you all this day, and I've prepared a few slides to guide my thoughts in what I want to present to you, and then hopefully we'll have a good time with the Q&A. I'm also very pleased that you had a wonderful session last week with another speaker, still focusing on the same mentorship, the importance of mentorship. And I look forward to having a good time with every one of you today as well. So I will now go ahead and share my screen. And can you see my screen?
Yes, Ma.
Right. Okay. So thank you. Yes, I'll be given a topic to talk on the role of mentorship in STEM education and research for global positioning. Yeah, this is the outline of my presentation. I'll give a very brief introduction about my program, where I'm based in Colorado State University. Then I'll move on to give a background into the topic on mentorship, and then go ahead to talk about the global STEM landscape and competitiveness. I will proceed by talking about the importance of mentorship for global positioning, then talk about impact of mentorship on STEM education and the talent pipelines, then delve into mentorship in research and global output, talk about innovative mentorship models, and then strategic framework on mentorship. And in conclusion, I'm going to talk about some case studies on formal mentorship programs that I have been privileged to be a part of, and I'll summarize. A brief background on Colorado State University. This is according to the Carnegie classification of institutions in the United States of America. It is an R1 university, which means very high research activity. That is the classification for Colorado State University. We operate from 4 campuses: Fort Collins main campus, Colorado Springs, Pablo, and Alamosa. I am based in Alamosa, which is about 4 hours drive from Denver. I need to put this out there. If any of you find your way in Denver or Colorado State, you let me know so that I can put a plan in place to host you, and then so that we can have some good time together. Right. So the mechanical engineering program, which I'm currently the program director, we run this program in partnership with the Adams State University in Alamosa. Adams State University takes care of year 1 and year 2, while Colorado State University takes care of year 3 and year 4. And then the students graduate with a 4 years bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. Yes. So that's the background about where I am, what I'm doing. Yes. So now over to the topic on the role of mentorship in STEM education. You will agree with me that from the background you also had last week as well, I didn't join that session. I was busy. I wish I actually had time to have joined and also listen to another speaker talk as well. You will agree with me that the role of mentorship cannot be overemphasized, and that it is crucial, it is very important that we should talk about it, we should engage in it, it's something we should do as someone in STEM field in particular. I have been privileged to be mentored, and I'm now also mentoring so many people, and I still have mentors still up to now. I have mentors I look up to, and I have my sessions with my mentors as well. So mentorship involves providing advice, support, and coaching to help the mentee reach their full potentials. It also helps the mentees as well to navigate their career path and be able to achieve their goals and objectives in their career. There are 3 key features when we're talking about mentorship. One has to do with support and guidance. It offers both social support, emotional encouragement, having a listening ear from the mentor, helps to give some kind of career support, skill development, and advice to the mentees. It also has also has a lot to do with role modeling. Mentors serve as examples of behavior, values, and skills for the mentees to follow. It's very important that when you see something in somebody, it helps it helps you to be able to see yourself in their shoes. It also helps you to be able to, it helps you on the resilience and keeps you going to say, if this person can achieve this, I can also do it as well. And lastly, the relationship type, which I want to talk about. Mentorship can be formal, that is in structured programs. I'll talk a little bit about that much later in my slide. And also can be informal, where we can be grown out of organic relationships, either in church, small community groups, in place of work, as the case may be. So there are structured programs of mentorship, and then the informal opportunities as well. Still on background, you will agree with me that mentorship has been used, still will be used as a strategic lever for global positioning in STEM education and research, for global positioning for everyone in STEM field and even in other fields as well. It helps us to build a competitive advantage through education, research, and inclusivity. And I have this image in here talking about who is a mentor. Who is a mentor to you? Before you can actually approach someone to say that I want you to be my mentor, the first question you need to ask yourself is, does this person tick all the boxes of the kind of person that I want to relate with as my mentor? Do you see the person as a supporter? Do you see the person as a counselor? Does the person has some wealth of experience to be able to guide you, to be able to talk you through some things? Can the person advise you on some things? Do you see the person as a champion in one aspect of life or the other? Do you see the person as a friend? Do you have a relationship with the person? Even if there's no relationship at the start, down the line, do you see this person as being your friend? Can you see the person as a role model, a networker? Can you leverage on their network and collaboration for you to climb and be able to get to know other people that they know? Are they able to guide you, provide some guidance? Do you see the person as a leader in what they do? Are they able to lead themselves before you think about them leading you? Can you also look at the person as a colleague? That's someone you can relate with as well. These are criteria that we need to always consider when we plan to choose a mentor, in case you don't have one yet. Now let's talk about the global STEM landscapes and competitiveness. The world we live in today is a global village, and STEM fields in particular, we have an evolving landscape, and the world is highly competitive. So you and me cannot afford to fold our arms and say that we just want to do the bits and pieces and just do the bits that we can do at every point in time. It's very important that we always live our lives beyond the call of duty. It is important that we build a lot of resilience. It's very important that we live our lives and our career such that we are able to overcome global challenges. Now, what is the challenge we're talking about? There's rapid technological evolution and global challenges all over the place: climate change, cybersecurity, the world of AI, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, machine learning, and all of that are out there. It's a challenge because it's not now like we're running a race to kind of catch up with technology in our STEM field. So all of this requires a high skilled and innovative workforce, which you and me belongs to. Now, the fact remains that in STEM fields, there are always opportunities, both local, national, internationally, globally. So nations and organizations that effectively cultivate STEM talent will always lead in global innovation. So if you are listening to me today and you are in STEM field, you should know that you carry a special price tag with respect to your career, that you will always be required in every country, across globally as well. However, it is very important for us to be relevant that we have good grasp of our field of expertise. We need to be able to have interdisciplinary approach, ensure that we engage in problem solving, identify a problem, and see how you want to provide a solution. The world needs solution providers, not people who cause problems. We need to ensure that we engage in hands-on approach and ensure that we are up to date with evolving technologies, as I mentioned earlier. Now, the key insight with respect to us having a mentor is the fact that the knowledge, having good grasp of all of these problem solving, hands-on approach, evolving technology, having good grasp of all of these is not enough. It is insufficient to be a successful person in STEM career. So I say the key insight is that knowledge alone is insufficient. We need soft skills. We need professional networks. These are the true drivers of global citizenship, global leadership. There are so many soft skills that we pick up along the line from our mentors that you can actually not see them, you cannot read them in any book. Hence, it's always very important for us to have a relationship with someone in the field as a mentor that we can always talk to. It is very, very important. The importance of mentorship for global positioning. A lot is happening with respect to talent retention. We need to be able to mentor one another in STEM field for us to be able to ensure that we have talent retention. There are so many people in STEM fields who have gone into doing many other things. Do you ever pause and ask yourself, why is it that banks love to hire people from STEM fields? Because they know the stuff that you are made of. So for us to retain talent in STEM, it's important for us to engage in mentorship. People who have advanced in their career needs to hold the hand of other young researchers, young people in STEM, to come along and ensure that they are able to stand on their feet and also be able to position themselves for global reckoning. So mentorship is a pivotal intervention that increases persistence in STEM, especially for underrepresented groups who might otherwise exit the field, women in particular, Blacks, when you now consider the global landscape, when you find yourself abroad and you realize that you are a minority. In those instances, there's need for us to be able to ensure that we give the necessary support to one another for people to be able to continue to be relevant in the field. Scientific identity. Mentorship helps mentees to see themselves as scientists, as researchers, as leaders in the field, which is a critical factor for long-term career commitment. It's very important that we identify with a mentor who is a leader in the field, and then the person will be able to see the person to relate with the identity of the person. And in relating with the identity of the person, you are relating with the identity of the person being a scientist, being a researcher, or being a leader in the field, which is very, very important. And I have a few examples of the fact that mentorship has been from the start of days, even in the days of Jesus. You remember Jesus has 12 disciples. The 12 disciples were his mentees. He had the good ones and the bad ones. That is a discussion for another day, for you to identify which ones are the very good disciples that followed the steps of Jesus, and the ones that went their own way. So as mentees or as mentors, it's very, very important. While we live our lives trying to influence positively, we need to ensure that as a mentee as well, you actually make yourself to be teachable. You make yourself to be ready and willing to learn. Moses and Joshua is another example. Mama Naomi and Ruth, that's another example of a mentor and mentee. And then Elijah and Elisha. Many more examples in the Bible. And then even in the world today, we have so many living examples. I'm also a living example of a mentor. Today, I have mentored hundreds of people, both male and female, in the field and all over the world as well. So it is very, very important that we take this matter very, very seriously and ensure that we mentor people. Next, I'll talk about impact of mentorship on STEM education and talent pipelines. It's very important because mentorship helps us to bridge it bridges the gaps between theoretical classroom and real world applications. Mentors have gone through the road. They have a lot of experience. They have a lot of knowledge to share, and then helps mentees from getting into some pitfalls, getting into some troubles in their career. So there are so many people that I've had that I mentor. They ask me all kinds of questions and many things like that in real world applications. There's something that comes with experience. You cannot read them in books. You just have to talk to someone to share from their wealth of experience to you, for you to know how to go about things, the steps you have to take, and all of that. It's also very important that mentors help the mentees to build confidence and self-efficacy. So mentors provide that emotional support. I'm always there for my mentees. When it's time for them, when they're looking for a shoulder to lean on and to cry, that's fine. I'm here. So either in person or through Teams call or WhatsApp call, we catch up, they talk, I have that listening ear, I just listen and then they talk and talk and talk. And I try to give my own advice, and I'm always trying to say, look, I'm a shoulder to lean on, and I give all the advice. It also helps with the reassurance needed to overcome imposter syndrome. I'm not sure if, as a group, you have ever talked about imposter syndrome before, but it's very, very important to actually have a seminar, a talk on imposter syndrome, because this is a very serious matter that I see among our young ones. The fear of failure, the fear of feeling not having the capacity to move on. For me, for my background, I ticked all the boxes of having imposter syndrome and not being able to do 1% of what God has been able to help me to achieve today. Born and bred in Kaba. Now they say it's a town. It was a village way back when I was born. We go fetch water all over the place. I will carry things in tray and sell provisions around town for my mom, who sells provisions. I come from a very, very poor family, a polygamous family of 13 children. The poor call us poor. There was no food to eat. I don't have self-esteem. I couldn't talk to anyone. How Esther grew from Kaba village to the global Esther you see today. I tick all the boxes to have had imposter syndrome. So, and this is a problem I see when I speak with the youth, the young ones, and they're like, I've given up, thinking that, can I? The fear of can I, is a serious problem that we need God to help us to overcome. Not only to the people in STEM education, all over the world. Many youths today are passing through serious problems with imposter syndrome. We need to encourage one another. We need to have that conversation, to have that reassurance rooted in the Word of God that people must learn to overcome imposter syndrome, because the earth is the Lord and its fullness thereof. We have what it takes to excel in all what we do, as long as we know that God is on the throne and God is always there to help us through. It's also very important to have early intervention. Establishing mentored learning communities in a system research has shown that this can significantly increase the likelihood of success. When you have people as mentors, it helps you to succeed in life. It is very, very important that you always take this very, very seriously. In the next one or two slides, I'm going to talk about mentorship in global and global in research and global output. It's very, very important. Do not always see yourself as that village girl, Kaba girl. I was called names on campus. Titi Kogi, this Kaba village girl, and all of that. Who cares? I went ahead, I sat down and read my books. I graduated from FUTA to the glory of God as the best graduating student of my set. They were like, okay. The Titi Kogi, the girl that came in here looking village girl. Yeah. So down the line, year 1, year 2, year 3, and everything, as we moved on in FUTA, they realized that this girl that we thought, over time I had friends. The world wants to be friendly with success. You have to prove yourself. Also to the women, the few women I have on the call today, do not accept the pity of men. Never, ever, ever think down, think a minute down about yourself because of the fact that you are a woman. You have to build your resilience. Ensure that you look forward to ensuring that you do what you needed to do. Throughout my academic career, I've always ensured that I work more than double my male counterparts, because I don't want my promotion to be anyway, she's a woman, let's help her. You know, my promotion documentations will always supersede all my male counterparts throughout at the University of Johannesburg, growing through my academic career from lecturer to senior lecturer to associate professor to full professor. Achieving all of that in a period of 6 years post PhD graduation was all to the glory of God. You have to be strategic. You have to ensure that you are doing what you needed to do without wanting to be pitied. Never say that anybody should pity you, either at work or in your career or at school or anything. Go and do it, because God has given you the capacity to be the head and never the tail. It is very, very important that you take that as your watchword and build on that. Very, very important. So when we talk about mentorship in research and global output, the impact, the importance can never be overemphasized. It helps you with higher productivity, to be more efficient in what you do. Studies have shown that effective mentoring is directly linked to increased publication rates for people who are able to get to be mentored. I have many mentees today that are doing excellently well. I have mentored so many people today who are now professors in their own right. And I'm like, oh, wow. Professor has now given birth to many, many professors. Even yesterday on my research group, we're celebrating one of my students that graduated PhD with me, now full professor and a dean of an engineering faculty in Nigeria. All of this is to the glory of God. So when they see their mentor doing it, they don't have a choice. they also have to sit down and get it done as well. And one thing I also want to say is that as mentees, you have to meet your mentors halfway. Your mentor cannot be talking to you, pushing you, and then you go and relax and say, this work is too much. No, you have to meet me halfway. The quality of your teaching, of the quality of training, prolonged exposure to mentored research has been proven through many research that it significantly boosts independence. It helps your confidence level. It helps to boost your morale. It boosts your independence and also the understanding of the research process as well. We all learn the ropes. It also helps you with having a wonderful global network. For me, anyone that is my mentee, they reach out to me. I want to do this application. I need someone in Germany. I know a professor in Germany. All I needed to do was to contact that person in Germany. Excuse me, so person is my mentee. Needs a letter of support to do to get something to be on a research visit to Germany. Through my network, so many today are all over the world leveraging on the global network of their mentors. So it's very, very important. So mentors act as gateways to professional networks. Whoever I know today is already automatically known to all my mentees, opening doors to international collaborations and opportunities. This is very, very important. And these are things that we as mentors, we have to do, we have to continue to do it to ensure that we open doors of international opportunities to many people. There are so many innovative mentorship models that are out there. The traditional dyad, which is the one-on-one pairing for specialized growth, where we have two people about the same age, sharing of their experiences and trying to uplift one another, trying to work together. We also have near peer mentoring, where we have people that are closer in age, closer in career, and that is near peer mentoring, where we peer individuals slightly more advanced, graduate students to undergraduate, to reduce social isolation and also foster self-efficacy. And then there are also instances where there are pairing of more advanced people in career to junior staff members for mentorship. And also we also have the mentorship networks, which is a constellation of diverse mentors providing varied perspectives and resources. So here I also want to add that you don't need to have only one mentor. For me, I have a mentor with respect to my career. I have a mentor with respect to building my entrepreneurial skill. I've always said, look, I want to go into consulting. I want to do some business in addition to this, my academic job. When I finish this academic profession, what am I going to do? Thinking through it. Then I met a CEO of a company. He's a professor of mechanical engineering and a CEO of a company. I'm like, oh, wow. Can you please mentor me? I want to be like you. When I finish being a professor in a university, what next? Post-retirement, what happens? The guy agreed and he mentors me, teaching me a lot of things about business life and all of that. And also, sometimes I also met someone who sits on so many boards, advisory boards, board membership. I'm like, as a professor, I think I now qualified to sit on some boards. I go, yeah. Aren't you on any? I said, no. I said, no, you should actually. By and large, today I'm sitting on two boards, and I'm looking forward to many more. Some boards membership pay you some money, and while some are pro bono, you do them free of charge. That's fine. Just ensure that you are leveraging on your CV to put yourself out there and be relevant, be influential in your sphere of influence. And then lastly, so pleased with the fact that we now have so many digital networks that we can use today for virtual mentoring. Like I'm doing now, I'm sitting here in my office in Alamosa. All of you are all over the world, Nigeria, UK, US, and all over the place. And I'm here talking to every one of you. We are leveraging on technology as we speak right now for me to be able to reach out to many of you, having to maintain interpersonal connections and training across geographical barriers, breaking down geographical barriers and being able to reach out to people. I have mentors from all over the world, Canada, UK, Nigeria, all over the world. Seychelles, Ireland, Dublin, all over. I have people that I am mentoring from all over the world. And we have been able to leverage on technology. We do Teams call, we do WhatsApp call. Sometimes we go on email for us to be able to reach out to one another. That is very, very key and really important that we look into that. Now, looking into the 4 C's, that is strategic framework on mentorship: connection, clarity, compassion, and commitment. We need to learn the roles on how we build a foundation of trust and psychological safety with our mentors. It's also important that at the beginning of the relationship of Be My Mentor, that you set out clear, measurable, attainable goals for professional development. Or what do you plan to achieve from the relationship of you having a mentor? Compassion also comes in as well from the mentor, empathizing with the unique challenges faced by mentees. Also, this is mutual in the sense that should something happen to your mentor and you get to know, it's also important that you show empathy as well. We are all human. It's also important that you show empathy to your mentor as well. Greet them, reach out to them if something has happened. When something good happens, celebrate with them. When something on the other side also happens, it's also important that you empathize as well with your mentor. Commitment, ensuring that you have long-term engagement for transformational outcomes from having a mentor. I have a few platforms for connections which are very important. For some of you on the platform today, I hope every one of you have a LinkedIn profile. And I want to say, don't just have a LinkedIn profile. You must grow your network on LinkedIn. You must invest some time in ensuring that you actually take the time out to connect with people on LinkedIn. I see some LinkedIn pages having 25 connections. I tell them, sorry, you don't have a LinkedIn profile. A LinkedIn profile with 25, 30, 40, 50, you haven't started. You have to invest in your LinkedIn profile. I spend 30 minutes every Sunday checking LinkedIn and connecting with people. To grow my profile to 6,000 has come a long way. So if you have a LinkedIn profile, you have to invest in that LinkedIn profile. Ensure you are connecting with people that are relevant to your field, people you can relate with. Very, very important. Some WhatsApp groups are also important to belong. Faculty, researchers, scientists, those are some groups that are also important. Although I'm afraid some people are not so disciplined in some WhatsApp group. They will post all sorts of things in there. When I belong to WhatsApp group, I try to say, please, let's have some sanity. Otherwise, when everyone throwing things in there and it's not meaningful, I leave groups actually when I realize that it's not adding value to my life. It's very important you attend conferences and be very, very intentional in meeting people strategically when you go to conferences. You cannot afford to go to a conference and be very, very quiet in one corner. No, you have to reach out to people, get to meet people, put yourself out there, give a handshake. Hi, good morning, I'm so person. Introduce yourself and say who you are and get their card, their contact details and all of that. You don't know where you're going to need such contact again in the future. It's also very okay to attend some social events. Be intentional in the events you attend and also be very strategic in getting to meet people and talk to people. Very, very importantly. I have here a few words to say with respect to ensuring that we position ourselves for impactful research for global positioning. The Sustainable Development Goals are still with us and will be with us for quite some time, and will be relevant in research. For us in STEM fields, we are all expected to continue to work and ensure that we provide solutions to the 17 themes of the Sustainable Development Goals. Think about it, reflect. Research you're doing today, which SDG do you fit into? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? The more, the better for you. Is a reflection that you have to do as a person, as a researcher. You need to identify and try to address a gap in your field. Very, very important. It's also important to always also spend time to develop an appropriate physical methodology on how you intend to solve that problem. Multidisciplinarity and interdisciplinarity is very, very key and very important. I'm not sure how many of us are familiar with these two words. Multidisciplinarity has to do with when you, as a mechanical engineer, you're working with physicists, computer scientists, material scientists, people in many other fields are working with you. Like my field of additive manufacturing, I work with people from like 6 different fields. Even lawyers, I work with lawyers looking into policies and social impact of additive manufacturing on people, on the community. So you wonder, like, how is she co-authoring a paper with a lawyer? Yeah, that is multidisciplinarity. Many grants, many organizations that award grants today, they look at the multidisciplinarity of your project. The world is moving from interdisciplinarity. Interdisciplinarity is when I am working with people within mechanical engineering, thermofields, heat and mass transfer, manufacturing, materials, and all of that. Those are all still within my comfort zone. But when I step out of my comfort zone, I have a physicist, I have a lawyer, computer scientist, I have someone from biochemistry looking into corrosion and all of that. That is multidisciplinarity. And it takes time for you to be able to actually work in a team of in a multidisciplinary team, because the onus is on you to be able to learn from them. They also have to learn from you. You all have to be on the same page on a project. Everyone contributing their own quota to ensuring that the goals and objectives of a project are met in a successful way. I've talked a lot about SDG. It's very important that we also ensure that we continue to check out emerging areas in our fields. Today, I've gone on Coursera. I've done a course on artificial intelligence. I want to know about. I don't want to be left behind. I did my PhD, graduated 2010. That is now 16 years ago. I want to continue to be relevant in the field of mechanical engineering. I've got to take a course on fundamentals of artificial intelligence. I've taken a course on machine learning. I've taken a course on Internet of Things and all of that. There are so many free online learning courses out there. Harvard, MIT, Coursera, they offer free online courses. Log into those websites and get yourself continually equipped with emerging areas that are related to your field of expertise. Be very responsible with the use of AI. Very, very important. And lastly, what's your passion? What's your commitment to your field? You can't afford to touch things with kids' gloves and you expect results to happen. It comes with a lot of work. We need to be passionate about what we're doing. We need to be committed to what we are doing. I want to talk about networking and collaboration, because your network is your net worth. Very, very importantly. Who do you know? Tell me who you know, and I'll tell you what you are worth. Not the money in your bank account. It is the people you know that really matters in how successful we are in our career. I have on this slide a few tips on how to build and maintain relationships. Finding compatible mentors and collaborators, very, very important. Also ensure that you oil the gears of your relationship. Maintain the existing relationship that you have with people. Don't discard people. Don't be the person that just come, you knock at the door. Hey, excuse me, I need A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. The person goes all the way out, help you through. The next minute, you dump that person, you walk away. Until after 2-3 years time down the line, you need another help again. That's when you come back, knocking the door. Please, I need this again. Not people like that. They only contact me the only time they need a reference letter. And I'm saying, like, so no relationship, no greeting, no happy new year, nothing. The day they need, that is the day they remember the new Esther. I'm like, sorry, it doesn't work that way. So I've learned to tell people, no, I am not your reference letter provider. You cannot just be bumping on me and be asking for reference letter only when you need the reference letters. The fact that I supervise your PhD, the fact that I supervise your master's does not mean that I must give you a reference letter. You have to build a relationship with me if you want something from me, because I am busy. I cannot spend all my life writing reference letters for people who really don't care about me. Be open and relate with people of all kinds. There's some people that will say, oh, I don't like people from this tribe. I don't like people from that tribe. Are you sure you want to be successful in life? You have to learn to break down those barriers. Jesus related with everyone. Everyone. And some people even cast their aspersion on you. Why do you talk to this person? Why do you relate with these people? And say, the kingdom of God is for everyone. When you have that opportunity to meet someone that you want to be your mentor, either in person or online, make sure you leave a lasting impression at the very first meeting. Don't be late to the meeting. Ensure you leave a lasting impression on the person. Let the person want to meet you again, not want to run away. And I mentioned this earlier on that we need to ensure that there are mutual benefits. Add value to your mentors. Don't just go there to just go and take. No. There should be, in one way or the other, wherein you are also relevant to your mentors as well. Try to keep in touch. Communication is very, very important. Be flexible and act in good faith in a relationship. Develop good time management skills. You need to be a good time manager of yourself and also respect the time of your mentor as well. Be courageous to reach out first. If you want someone to be your mentor, reach out to the person. You can also go through someone to talk to somebody to be your mentor. It is important while we're looking at STEM, education, being global, it's very important that we aspire to be global. We want to grow. We want to be beyond the four walls of our closet. Get out of your comfort zone. For you to do that, I have a few tips here. It's important that you have global perspectives. Think global, act global, dress global, speak global. I hope you're listening to me and you're hearing me very, very loud and clear.
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
All you do, think about it in a global, give a global perspective to everything you do. Set your priorities. Get them right. Set your priorities. You cannot be everywhere. You cannot do everything. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? Set your goals. Short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Set your priorities and get them right. Do not spend all your time on social media. Do not spend all your time watching TV. I must let you know that at the moment right now, I don't have a TV in my house. The person that they watch does not sit down to watch anything. Back in the UK, we had a TV, and for 3 years, we switched that TV on only when we had guests. So moving to the US, I told my husband, of what use is a TV in the house when we both of us are too busy to watch a TV? I'm not saying that TV is not good. TVs are good. But for me, it's a waste of money to buy a TV that I'm not going to watch. Because the one I bought in the UK, I dashed it out when I was leaving the UK. So why should I buy another one? Not yet. When it's time and I think I have a bit of some space and I want to watch TV, it's fine. We'll go for it. You need to learn to sacrifice when it becomes necessary. This is fully loaded. I remember back in South Africa starting my PhD, and I had to self-sponsor myself. My husband and I had to put money together for me to travel to Germany to attend a conference when my supervisor at the university said they don't have any money to support me. That conference I attended in 2010 in Germany on friction stir welding. Till today, I am still reaping from the rewarding experience of the people I met in that conference in 2010 till today. Self-sponsored from Port Elizabeth to Frankfurt for that conference. Today, when some people to even pay for registration, even when their supervisor pay for registration, they will say, where is the flight money? Subsistence allowance, or this one, that one. You need to sacrifice because you don't know when God will use such opportunity to open some doors for you. Develop passion for what you do. I've talked a lot about that. Networking and collaboration is very, very important for us to be a global citizen. What is your level of commitment to what you do? Be open-minded, and very, very importantly, be resilient. Stop mourning. Stop crying at every little thing. The world doesn't want to listen to your cry. They want to see you succeed. So it is very, very important. You better wake up and be resilient. Be tough and get things done. Very, very importantly. I want to talk a bit about, I'm getting towards the end of my talk, and I just want to highlight some case studies that I have personally been involved in. When I was at the University of Johannesburg, back 2015, 2016, the University of Johannesburg caught the fire around the importance of mentorship. the university management started from ensuring that they came up with so many workshops, seminars, talks, and many things like that in the year 2015 on mentorships. They trained so many of us on how to mentor people, how to do it, and all of that. And then I was head of department. 2015, I was head of department for mechanical engineering department. And then, after all the trainings and all of that, they now integrated a mentorship program across the whole university. It became an institutionalized program that every faculty staff member were matched to someone in an upper grade for mentorship. At that time, I was associate professor, and I was given a professor as a mentor who mentored me. So when I became full prof, so as an associate professor, I had a mentor who is a full prof. And then his name is Professor Charles Mbowa, in case any of you knows him. He's from AI. Professor Charles Mbowa. He was my mentor. And then, as an associate professor, I had mentees who were senior lecturers and lecturers within UJ. And then that was how we all caught the fire of being supportive, being collegial, talking to one another. It helped a lot. And 10 years down the line, you just saw the impact of what they started in 2015. People were now able to have accelerated promotion because they had mentors supporting them, talking to them, holding their hands, and taking them through what it takes to be a successful academic. This is 2026. All the faculty staff members that I mentored in UJ, we are still having good, wonderful relationships till today. Many of them are now full professors that have grown from lecturer, senior lecturer, associate prof to full prof today. 10, 11 years down the line, I still relate with every one of them. Another case study I want to talk about is formalized, structured mentorship relationship program. There's one I got involved in, which is a Commonwealth leadership program for women. You might want to look out for that when the call is out for women. Commonwealth leadership program. They pay £5,000 to the mentees. For us mentors, they don't give us anything. We do the mentorship pro bono. In the first year, I had a mentee from Seychelles. In the second year, I had a mentee from Dublin. So every year, they match the mentees to the mentors. So for women among us, you can apply to that. There are also so many other formal, structured mentorship programs that I would encourage you to check on Google and apply to. In the UK, I was part of Generation Delta. Here in the US now, I'm part of Women in Technology. There's also another program, Women in Engineering. There are so many mentorship programs out there for both male and female to partake, wherein they will pair you up with a mentor who can support you in so many ways. Some reflections that I want to leave with you. From time to time, these are reflections that I personally do. I sit back once a month. I reflect on my time management, how disciplined I have been with myself with respect to my time and all the things I have plans to do. My attitude to my life. What is your attitude to life? Nothing will come to you. You have to go out and get things done. What is your attitude to your work, to your research? Are you studying? Are you working? What are your attitudes to your work? Are you enthusiastic? Are you happy with what you're doing? If you're not happy, you better go look for something else to do that will make you to be happy. It's very important to ensure that we are efficient in what we do. Being diligent is also the key and very important. Be inspiring. Don't just live your life and think no one is looking at you. No one actually bother about you. No one wants to be my friend. Are you a friend to somebody? People don't want to talk to me, who do you talk to? No one is my friend. Who is your friend? No one smiled to me. Who do you smile to? Ask yourself those questions. Are you inspiring? Those people, younger ones, look up to you and say, oh, I want to be like this person. We have to be intentional about our life. And very importantly, sacrifice when you need to. Other aspects of reflection that I also do: what are my values? What are my principles in life? What are my attitudes? My lifestyles, very important. My habits, my skills. I want to ensure that I continue to develop my skills every day in all I do. I want to be relevant. I want to add value with my skills. Yeah, we're getting to the end of my talk now. In summary, you will all agree with me that mentorship is not merely a professional courtesy. It's not something that we should just do because many people are having mentor. You to yours. Okay, let it just be that me too have a mentor. You have to be intentional. What are you planning to achieve from having a mentor? From all what we have said now and the talk you had last week, do you see the importance of you having a mentor? If you have to first of all come to that realization to know that it is not merely a professional courtesy that people are saying they have mentor. Me too, I want to say I have a mentor. It's not going to work. You will agree with me that it's a strategic necessity for everyone aiming for global relevance in STEM fields in particular. It helps with knowledge transfer. It accelerates our transition from theoretical learning to high impact application, preserving wisdom across borders, across barriers. Helps with talent retention. I've talked a lot about that. Mentorship helps to stabilize the workforce in an increasingly competitive global market. It's also important that we know that mentorship helps with our ecosystem resilience. Sorry. The ecosystem resilience, it bridges the gap between diverse talent and leadership roles, ensuring that global STEM pipelines are both robust and representative. My apologies with my phone. And then, call for action. You will agree with me that procrastination is not laziness; it is a depression response. Don't be a dreamer. Don't just dream that you want to have a mentor. You already had a mentor. Don't be a perfectionist or looking for the perfect person. Don't be an overdoer or a warrior. You're a warrior. You better start now. So, mentorship is not just altruistic. It's a practical necessity for maintaining competitive edge in the global STEM economy. You need to take some action steps. Have a mentor with essential skills. Be committed to your mentorship sessions when you have a mentor. As a mentee, it's important that you also see yourself as a mentor as well. Mentor someone. It starts with you, it starts with me. There's no one mentor. We all have to learn from one another. Build quality connections. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. That is stated in Proverbs 27, verse 17. Very, very important. And we have all been blessed in one way or the other. And we are here to help one another, to improve, to become wiser through close supportive relationships, and also to have positive accountability. Who are you accountable to? Very, very importantly, that you ask those questions. Whenever I have opportunity to give a talk, I like to acknowledge all my employer and all grants organizations that have given me one grant or the other. I also want to acknowledge my mentors as well. I have so many mentors that have mentored me in one aspect of my career or the other, life and in my career. I thank every one of them for their investment in my life. And I want to take this opportunity to thank all the organizers for this opportunity to share this few words with every one of you. I hope this has made some sense in one way or the other. And to those of you that have joined us this morning as well to listen to me, I want to say thank you for finding it worthwhile to be on the call to listen. And I hope you find this beneficial in one way or the other. Thank you very much. Cheers.